we do in life echoes in eternity.
Yeah.
But I think like there's so much stuff out there to be healthy. I think it overwhelms people, and that's what I'm trying to.
Going to. But like, the thing is, now it's like we're healthy from Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday. On the weekend, we don't care. That's where we're at right now. Because if think about it, if we were all healthy, fucking Crumble Cookie wouldn't be out of fucking. They wouldn't be in business right now, would they?
Yeah.
See what I mean? So I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. But we're trying. We're trying better than before.
I think like the way I see it is like 20 years ago, it was just easier. Just because I think every year there's more fake food out there.
I'll give you an example. I told a person now, when I started dieting, it was harder. You know why?
Why?
There was nowhere to eat.
Okay.
There's no meal prep places. There's no meal prep. They didn't fucking exist. See what I mean? You're cooking everything at home. So literally, there's nowhere to go. Mm-hmm. Now, look at all the options you have. You can't tell me you cannot diet. That's what I tell clients. You cannot tell me. You see all these meal prep places. Know what I mean? They're trying. Everyone's trying. Like, there's more options now. See what I mean?
Okay. We'll go on meal prep companies because they're my...
Oh, God. Please
don't. Do you think... I mean... There's a lot of science backing up these meal prep companies. Do they, or
the legit ones, they have to. You know what I mean?
But there's a lot of them that are popping out. So, like, there's out of 10 meal prep companies, how many of those use a scientific method on how to design a meal plan?
I've seen most of them. You know what I mean? There's a few that are doing it right.
Yeah. So
because who owns the company?
Yeah.
Bodybuilder, right?
Yeah.
But, see what I mean? So he's in there. He's putting the guideline. See what I mean? Once they started saying, like, adding, like, say, ounces to everything, okay, now we're getting somewhere. That's how I feel about it. Okay, like, now you actually care. You're not just packaging here, charging me $12 for it. Not even measuring any of it. I go home, I measure it, and it's not even measured to the right point.
So that's a good meal. So for people out there looking for a good meal prep company, what are the things that you would tell them to, like, be wary of? Or be like, this is a great meal company?
What's because I time to look at the menus. I mean, show me the menus and I look at them.
So what would be like a red flag if you saw on a menu?
Well, if you tell me 3 ounces, 4 ounces, and I look at it, it looks like that's a red flag. You know what I mean?
So would a low protein be a red flag?
How about a low carb?
A low carb would be.
I've seen one.
No, I believe in low carb for certain things, but I mean that's why so you see a low carb.
I tell all my clients, if cooking yourself will be the best thing to do. You know exactly what's going into your system. See what I mean? But if you can't afford one, there's some out there. Take a look at them. Ask the person that works there questions. If they can answer them for you, okay, we can trust these people. Know what I mean?
Well, see,
you can try them too for a couple of days, see if it works or doesn't work. I'm not saying I'm not going to mock any of them. Know what I mean? Some are doing a good job. Know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. Some of them are. I mean, because we're living in a society, we're always working now.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Some people cannot cook. I'll be honest with you. They're so busy they cannot cook. Know what I mean, there's no way around it. Know what I mean? But they're gonna need the help.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these companies can provide that help. You know what I mean? Especially with delivery. Now they deliver to your house. That's some shit right there. You know what I mean? Think about it.
No, I think that's
amazing to me. You know what I mean?
I
come from the day where I ain't shit. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to do the meal prep companies, and maybe just because I just eat too much, and it was.
Well, you're like me, yeah.
And I was like, man, I need to.
Well, that's why I have the one I have now because they did it perfect for me.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yeah, because he split the meals up. I tell him, I cannot eat those, but can you put like 9 ounces on one plate? And give me like 7 ounces in here. They filled that order for me. So that's how I know, like, okay, this guy understands, like, I cannot eat anything else. You know what I mean? That was perfect. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm telling you. You got to talk to them, too. I mean, if they're not willing to work with you, then might as well go somewhere else. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of mom and pops out there, too.
So a great meal company, like a good green flag for a meal prep company would be like, willing to, like, customize. So
I think that's the biggest thing. If you can customize, that'll be the biggest help. You know what I mean? Don't just have like 5 things. I have to pick between those 5 things. That's it. You know what I mean? You're not doing anything for me there. You know what I mean? Because what if you get an athlete? You know what I mean? I'm going to do like 6 of those just to make one meal. Yeah. See what I mean?
So customization of like...
That's the biggest thing to me. Honestly, for me, that's the biggest thing because if you get a trainer, what he's going to give you? Diet, right? Mm-hmm. So.
Okay, that brings me to another question. I just realized. So you give out diets. Have you seen your diets out there with other coaches selling it? Kind of?
I cannot say that's my diet, okay? I cannot say that. I will never say that.
Okay.
I hear when people say that's their diet. I'm like, bro, we're all doing the same shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like, say like his other guy, right? He was telling me about his coach, right? Mm-hmm. I don't care. I don't want to hear it, but they want to tell me anyway. They look at the diet. I'm like, looking at it, I'm like, well, it's almost similar to mine. He shows me the other part. I'm like, well, I'm doing the same thing. So I'm like, see what I mean? So it's like a routine. I cannot say that's my routine. Think about it. Did you really invent it? Really? You know what I mean?
That's a good outlook on it.
No, I look at it that way. That's why I see the diets out there. I'm like, well, I don't get mad because you can Google it and it comes out right there. You know what I mean? See what I mean? Yeah. People already put PDF files of everyone's diet out there. You know what I mean? So does it make you mad? No. You know what I mean? At least they're trying. You know what I mean? The thing is, I tell everybody, right? I tell every trainer, it's easy to have 50 people, right? Show me results. Mm-hmm. Don't show me the good ones. Don't show me that badass chick and that badass dude and put like 29 pictures of just them. Mm-hmm. Show me the rest of them. See what I mean? That's the one you should look at. You know what I mean? If you turn one person to like this, I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck did he do? See what I mean? And that's one thing you should look at a trainer. That's what I tell people.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
What are some red flags people should avoid when looking at a trainer or coach?
That's a good question. You know what I mean? Well, it's because there's a lot of them. I see a lot of them do good with some, do bad with others. I just say if he work with you. If you have questions and they answer them for you and it's willing to work with you, that's a good coach. If you ask a question, tell you to shut the fuck up and just do it, that's not a good coach. So that's probably the only thing I could tell you.
So like having an open mind and just listening. Like with you, like you've listened to my crazy ideas and you're just like, kind of like, you're nuts, James, but let's see how this works. And
well,
I like
because you're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, but I like that because I can be completely honest. Because I would tell him stuff and he was just like, that's the stupidest idea. And I could see him like
well, I'm trying to calculate in my head. I'm going, well, shit, how's this going to work? But the thing is, like, I know, if you know the client, like I know you're going to do it regardless of what I say. You know what I mean? So that's what I tell most coaches, know your client. That's why you ask questions every day. That's the first thing I do when people walk in. How you doing? I'm watching them. They look tired. Do they look bloated? I'm like, did you change something? Did you not change something? You know what I mean? Sometimes they're like, oh, you caught that? I'm like, well, yeah, I see you every day. You know what I mean?
So you think like probably another thing is like a lot of people are doing like the online coaches and all that stuff. I think like the availability of online coaching. What do you think? Is there like a huge difference when it's in-person coaching?
Okay. I'll use myself as an example because I'm doing the online technically because I see my coach maybe once a year. Mm-hmm. See what I mean? All I needed was a plan. I needed a plan. I needed a diet. Mm-hmm. I know how to do this. I know how to follow instructions. Two biggest things. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So like, so basically, because you have all this experience.
Yeah, but I could see like, okay, he wants me to do this and that, cool. This is the diet, it looks like cool. But I know how to follow directions. You know what I mean? The biggest thing for a client, I tell him, if I send you something, I need you to do it. You know what I mean? If I bring you say you come in once a month and I train you on purpose, I'll test you to see if you're doing what I'm telling you. If you say like you die within the first 10 minutes, I'll be like, have you been doing anything I've been telling you? Have you been eating everything I'm telling you? See, that's already a red flag there. See what I mean?
So like, I guess advice for a new bud. So you said like a new person, like he wants to get into bodybuilding. You'd probably, would you recommend an online coach or an in-person coach? Right up
First time. Personal trainer.
Personal trainer.
Personal trainer. If you can follow instructions, I say you can do it. But more likely, I would rather be there. Because remember one thing, they can adjust your form. You get someone with experience, believe it or not, they can show you something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big person on like in-person training. I think online coaching is good for certain things like nutrition, you know, and maybe designing workout plans. But they have to have like a good knowledge base. And I think if they were trained by a bad personal trainer, their knowledge base might not be there.
True. But when I get someone new and I get them from somebody else, I just train them like it's new. I start training them, see where they're at, and see what they're doing. And when he adjusts things from there. Once I get 5 minutes into somebody, I already know where to go. You know what I mean? So it's like now there's too many personal trainers now. So you have to be ready for anything.
So when it goes down to it, like you've dealt with a lot of kinesiology degree majors. Mm-hmm. What makes you, because you know you're very knowledgeable, where do you feel that you learned the most knowledge from on this topic, on bodybuilding? Like how did you learn what you know?
Research.
Okay, like what, like reading journal articles?
Reading a lot, you know what I mean? Then
fitness magazines.
Like you, so
a lot of experimentation
on myself. Yeah, pretty much.
So a little background, I guess, like I went to school for kinesiology. I thought I knew a lot of stuff, and I realized after I started training people, I was like, wow, I don't know as much as like these other people that have these life experience. And I noticed that was one good quality when looking for a coach. Sometimes life experience can trump actual education, you know, because I wouldn't know what I know. Like the stuff I learned in school was kind of like how to read a journal article, but not really, and how I can basically manipulate a journal article.
It's like when I coach kids and they're going to school, right? I tell them, don't ask me any questions because you're learning their curriculum over there. It's two different things. I've dealt with people, they're going off a book. So, but it's the Kinese guys, they should have a more advantage than we do. You know what I mean? Because doing all the research, you know what I mean? Getting all this knowledge, you just got to put it together.
I've had some kinesiology teachers that they don't really work out, which is kind of like, how can it's hard to like, and they're great teachers and they're knowledgeable, but it doesn't apply to real life. And that's what I've noticed. Like some people are like, oh, I have a kinesiology degree, and looking at a book for the answers. When sometimes
I did believe such a teacher though.
Yeah.
I had a great kinesiology teacher. Oh yeah, he was great. Taught us personal training. I don't even know him. You know what I mean? Taught us the base and everything. Because I remember I still have that book.
Oh, you did?
I learned a lot from that. But he was the head at UTEP. It was great. You know what I mean? I just depends the teacher you have. Because he even told me, like, if you want to do personal training, you're going to have to get a little bit more knowledge. But you're going to have to start training people because you got to learn how to talk to people, feel them out. See what I mean? Because you got to remember one thing, we interact with people every day. See what I mean? I got to know how, days go and stuff like that. See if you're hurt, not hurt. You can see somebody be like doing something, like, okay, I can go for it. See what I mean? So that's where the experience comes in. See what I mean? So that's why with him, I liked him so much. He taught me more than what the curriculum was. See what I mean? So I kept asking him a lot of questions.
So I guess having like those questions and having that curiosity makes a good coach.
You have to have that. In anything you do, you have to have that. You know that, right?
Yeah. Well, so
so that's why I tell kids. That's why I always speak of life with them. And I tell them, you have to learn more than just that. I'm teaching you in case something happens to me. God forbid I drive down the street, boom, truck hits me, I'm dead. Did I teach you anything in the last 6 months? You know what I mean? That's why I always tell them, pay attention to what I'm telling you. I'm trying to show you something. You know what I mean? Not just being a coach with you. That's it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to show you things. You know, because when I started, I was a sponge. Anything my friend told me, got it, took it with me. You know what I mean? Everything. Gave me this much, I made it this big. You know what I mean? Even same thing with, like, say, working the front store. He let me work the front store. Did he tell me how to do it? No. Well, guess what I did? I started researching every goddamn product in there because I didn't know what the hell was in there. Once I started training people, same thing. I had to read book after book after book after book, just trying to figure it out. But you know what the hardest thing they didn't teach you? How to train women.
Why is it hard to train women?
It's not hard to train women. There was no literature at the time. I had to go to blogs, trainer blogs. And the blogs, they will tell you, you train a woman like you train a man. What does that tell you? What does it mean to you if I told you that?
Well, I guess depends on how you train him. I guess.
Okay, go 15 years ago. No one squats, no one deadlifts, no one benches. Those girls don't want to do any of that. So now you're sitting there going, well, fuck, how the fuck did I do this? See what I mean? So I had to sneakily do things to get them to do things. See what I mean? But I had to learn how to train women. See what I mean?
See, I think
that one I'm self-taught, to be honest, believe it or not.
Okay, let's go on men and women. Who listens better?
I prefer women. Bottom line. One, because I can get one walk in that door, no experience. Guess what?
No bad habits.
No bad habits. It's like with shooting. They're the best shooters in the world. I mean, they have no bad habits.
I've noticed women listen a little bit better. And then men, like me, I'm like, no, let's try this.
There's a lot of you like that. You know what I mean? Which I understand because I was the same person. Yeah. I'm a stubborn person. I am. I want to learn. You know what I mean? I have a good idea. You're looking at me. Don't do it. And here I go. You know what I mean? But that's just in our nature. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that because you're trying to learn. You know what I mean? Bottom line, we're all trying to learn. He's trying to learn. You're trying to learn. I'm trying to learn. Yeah. So I'm still trying to learn to this day. You know what I mean? But I see everything differently than you guys do. You know what I mean? Because to you, what's a bodybuilding prep for you? See?
A bodybuilding prep to me is just...
What is it?
Focusing on diet.
No. Besides all that, what is it to you? Like, what do you see it as?
Like, why do I do it?
Yeah, like you're seeing it at 12 weeks. What is it to you in those 12 weeks?
It's kind of just like a way to improve myself on everything. Like diet and almost like self-improvement. 12 weeks of just me focusing on me kind of thing.
Exactly. So what it is, a journey.
Yeah.
Bottom line. So in anything you do, it's a journey. Anything you do. You own a business, what are you learning? Buildings, taxes. See what I mean? Anything you do, say like when you're growing up, what did you want to do? Say you're 16 years old. What did you want to do by the time you're 21? Be honest.
You're going to laugh.
No, I got to laugh. Say a male stripper, okay, I'll laugh.
No, I wanted to be like Wolverine.
No, but realistically, what did you want to do in life?
Well, I've always wanted... Well, actually, then I always wanted to be in the military.
Okay.
And then, like...
Did you go to ROTC and all that?
No, I didn't want to. Okay. I wanted to be in the military just because, like I loved, like, oh, they get to work out, they get to shoot guns and blow up shit. And I want to drive a tank.
How come you didn't go?
My sister. It was right back when the Iraqi war was happening.
Okay, so that didn't happen. So what'd you do after that?
Then I was like, my goal was like, hey, you know what? I want to, like, I've always had this thing where, like, I'm a little dude, and I've always wanted to be big. Like I want to be like a big dude. Now I'm like, I guess it's not gonna happen. But you know, like I've always wanted to be like a big guy, like freakishly big, like well, basically like a freaking superhero.
Okay, so yeah, you took it to another level, bro. But anyway, my explanation of all this. Okay, say anything we do in life, it's a journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whatever your plans you were at 15, by the time you hit 30, one times out of 10 you didn't hit that. You know what I mean? You try to approach that, ended up doing something else, ended up doing something else, ended up doing something else. And all those three things, you learn something different that takes you where it really needs you to. That's the journey. See what I mean? Bottom line. Because for me, because even at 16, you think I'll be doing any of this shit? No. At 18, you think I'll be doing this shit? When I turned 23, 24, you think I want to do any of this? No. You know what I mean? It was offered to be two times in my life before I actually did it. When I got out of the Marine Corps, my friend was going to go up to LA. He was going to take a personal training course. He'll be training people on Sunset Boulevard. You know what I mean? He was telling me, let's go do this, let's go do that. I tell him, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to go be a cop. That was my plan. I get here, same thing. My friend's telling me, oh, I'm going to go to UTEP, take that course that was there for personal training. You should come with me. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm going to take kinesiology. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do. Then I'm going to try to be a cop or border patrol. That's what my plan was. Flash forward, say 2-3 years where everything went to, nothing panned out. You know what I mean? I tried everything in my life. Nothing panned out. Here we go again. Here's my friend telling me, work here, work the store, be a trainer. I bet you $5. Do it for a month. You'll quit your job in 2 weeks. See what I mean? Did that. Guess what happened? I ended up doing this. Mm-hmm. See what I mean? See what I mean? Crazy.
Yeah. I had this, what's up?
I think you're doing amazing. 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Oh,
so like, you have
fuck.
a lot of content.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
stop there.
That's good.
Oh,
That's
shit.
good. I mean, and I think just like maybe what I was thinking is, I don't know if you want me to ask you or if you to ask him what is one thing that almost in with that.
You want to ask it or you want to ask it?
Because like if I ask you for you to answer.
Yeah.
But if you
That's fine. No, we can do
Let's do
that.
it that way.
No, shoot that way.
Okay. What's
Quit
one,
bodybuilding or quit personal training?
everything that has to do with bodybuilding. Well, I think specifically for bodybuilding, not for personal
Okay,
training.
that's fine. That's fine.
What is one thing that make you almost quit bodybuilding?
Placing. For me, it was placing. But I didn't know no better. I was young. But I had an ego problem. See what I mean? To me, I wanted to win, and not seeing the bigger picture. And that's why I keep telling everybody, you have to look at it as a journey. How hard it is, it's going to change you no matter what. I mean, you might not believe it, but at the end, you're going to be a different person. But if you put everything into it, it's going to take you somewhere we've never been to. You know what I mean? If I can walk away now, which I can, and say I put everything into it, I can walk away right now. At that time, I couldn't walk away because I just felt it just wasn't, you know what I mean? I put everything into it. But the placing was what really made me mad. You know what I mean? Because you have 5 people judging you. You know what I mean? You don't know them, they don't know you. So it's like a dog and pony show. You know what I mean? And sometimes you're not going to get it. You're not. You know what I mean? But just thinking that you did good enough and everything into it, okay. But that almost made me quit. You know what I mean?
Okay. I guess there's been like one of the things that made me want to quit or not like lose focus was work. Like I have a job where it's just like it's almost impossible like to kind of like work out and try to eat right, and it's hard. And then like it's just me. Like I don't have that support system. Like with me, it's like kind of like it really is like I have a great family, but they don't believe in bodybuilding, so they're just like, why don't you just work? You know, and then they don't have that. I don't have that support system where it's like, hey, I'm gonna make you. So I think you're doing great. I know you're feeling like shit. We're here for you. It's more of like you're being an asshole. You're a dick. You're angry, and you're no fun.
I think you needed me in your life, bro.
But
I think you needed me in your life, bro. It's because I'm so independent. You know what I mean?
but
You're talking about bodybuilding like in this time. You know what I mean? Imagine in 2009, no one understands the sport. No one knows what the fuck's going on.
well, like with my
In
job,
those days, it was terrible. But I understand your job because your job is like 16 hours straight. See what I mean? Try to get a meal, impossible, right?
trying to go to the restroom is possible.
Exactly.
It's like, oh man. But I think, I mean, I'm so glad I kept on going, and we have our days where we don't. And I think the biggest thing when it comes to health and fitness is you'll have those bad days, but don't stop. We all have something that deters us.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
So yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was placing though.
And I think
I don't like to lose.
end it, maybe just I don't know if you kind of want to that last advice. My podcast, Milo.
Milo. Well,
and
I just
that's
want to
it.
say one thing, and just one thing only, right? And I try to tell this to everybody. And this is one thing I did before I came back. I was gone for 3 years. I made a comeback 2 years ago. I said one thing to myself. I'm going to come back. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to take pictures. I didn't do any of that, okay? I'm going to take videos. I'm going to enjoy my workouts. You know what I mean? Bottom line, if I'm not having fun, I shouldn't be doing this. Bottom line. And that's why I tell every kid. That's why I'm going to end there right there and tell you that. Have fun what you're doing, because at the end of the day, it's for you. I mean, to make you better. That's my only advice to everybody.
Well, oh man, that's a hard thing to follow. You did a great job. I love what you said. Very inspirational. Like I love like going to Goliath and just the atmosphere that you guys created, and it's been such a positive thing for me. Like it's almost like a family, like and a supportive system, and that's why I'm very grateful for that. And so my name's James Gonzalez. This is my podcast, and I thank you guys for listening, and just keep on trying and try to be healthy.